What's up, motherfuckers? So, different kind of video, something that I want to do, and, yeah. So, this fucking beast dropped Friday, and wow. I have been a Resident Evil fan, oh my goodness, going on 10, probably, I don't fuck. 15 years? A long time. Right around the time that Resident Evil 4 came out is when I got into Resident Evil pretty hardcore. I think I've beaten Resident Evil 4, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. And I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I own every single game that's good. Let me put it to you like that. I own all of them, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, both Revelations, Code Veronica, both the rail shooters that came out, I think on Wii, that recently over the past, when the fuck did I buy those? I think it was over the summer. PlayStation 3 had a fucking gigantic sale. I think I bought like 7 games for like $20. I mean, I bought Resident Evil, Umbrella Chronicles, and something else, I can't remember what the other one's called, a bunch of other games, but I got them for like $3 a piece, but fuck, I just bought them. So, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. It's in my top 3 gaming franchises of all time. I have been amped as fuck for this game to come out, and it did not disappoint. It's one of the best video games I've ever played. Truth be told, oh man, if you have not played a Resident Evil game, or if you've just recently gotten into Resident Evil, I highly recommend you pick up this one and the 7th one that came out a couple years ago. They are 2 of the best Resident Evil games they have ever fucking made. Holy shit. This one, the first one, remake, and then Resident Evil 7 are probably my top 3, and then Resident Evil 4 would probably be 3rd or 4th or 5th, or it's in the top 5. Along with the 3rd one. I mean, this fucking remake is... I was blown the fuck away when I played this Saturday and Sunday. I mean, I don't know where to begin. First off, getting this was a bitch. For whatever reason. Amazon. Goddamn. I love you, Amazon, but you fucking are dumb sometimes. So I've had this sitting in my cart for probably a good 2 months, just waiting to eventually pre-order it, and it got, I think, 2 weeks out. So I was going to pre-order it, because I got paid, and I'm like, I'm going to pre-order this son of a bitch. It wasn't on Amazon. Are you fucking shitting me? So I went to Best Buy. Think about it, boom. Best Buy. There you go. $70. Free shipping. Bam. Mine. So... the reason I wanted the deluxe edition was because, it was only $10 more. You got all the costume packs and the original soundtrack. People, and I've seen some people talk about this, how Capcom are DLC in it and whatever. People, it's chump change for a DLC. It's fucking like $2. Pick it up. It's literally nothing. I don't understand. I get people like, the money, who gives a fuck? Pick up the goddamn original soundtrack for this fucking game. It is the shit. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite soundtrack in a fucking video game, other than, Mass Effect. The Resident Evil games have some of the best musical scores ever. If this game, with the original game's soundtrack, it's amazing. The graphics in this, some of the best I've ever seen. The textures, the character models. My goodness, the character models in this game are gorgeous. It's awesome. This game is awesome. I don't really know how else to put it over the top. Another thing that I like, and I don't know if Xbox does this, but PlayStation has been doing dual covers for some of their games. I know the Spider-Man game had one. Doom has a dual cover. I like these games that come with alternate covers. You can see I have Claire. But this is the original cover on the inside that has Leon, and it's got all the back stuff. But I like these games that you can flip the cover, and, it's different. I think it's just cool. I don't know. But I like the fact that I can have Claire as the cover. She's my favorite Resident Evil character besides Leon, so which is pretty awesome. I like the fact that they're in, both of them are in this game. The Claire playthrough was awesome. I loved every minute of it. I like the suspense. This game is tense. Like, I mean, you can't just, like, sit back and play this. Like, it keeps you on your fucking toes. I didn't die a whole lot, but fuck me running. Like, there's some parts where it gets tough, especially when the fucking gigantic motherfucker comes in the game, Tyrant, or he's known as Mr. X. Fuck me, like, it gets tough, man. Like, you can't just walk around the mansion. You gotta avoid this bastard. And it gets hard in parts, like, especially, like, if you've got a shit ton of liquors and a shit ton of zombies in a spot and you have, like, no ammo. This game can, like, rack your fucking brain. Because you'll be like, fuck, I have nothing, I have no ammo, how am I gonna fucking do this? So, I love Resident Evil, man. Resident Evil 2, this remake, this is the start of 2019 for gaming. Like, fuck, man, I mean, Mortal Kombat 11 is coming out in April, like, fuck. Like, my two favorite game franchises, besides, I don't know what the third one would be. Probably, I don't know, Mass Effect's up there. I don't know those are my top two, Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil. And the fact that they both have a new game coming out within fucking 3 months of each other, like, fuck, man, it's just awesome. So, yeah. But Resident Evil 2 Remake, like, it's just, oh, man. I like the fact that once you beat it with whichever character you pick to start with, whether it's Claire or Leon, when you finish the game, not only do you get a bunch of shit, like, you get the original costumes from Resident Evil 2, which I think is fucking awesome. You get a bunch of other stuff, and then they reshuffle the game. So, like for example, I'm, like, probably halfway through Leon's campaign, somewhere in that realm. They reshuffle the game where shit is, that sort of thing. Some of the stuff is the same, but, like, for example, some of the puzzles are moved, which I think is pretty cool. So, also, like, the game is a lot, the intro is a lot, like, shorter, doesn't have all of the, I don't know how do I want to put it, it doesn't have everything that, like, if you just start it fresh, like it starts you almost immediately at the police station, instead of you having to get there, which I think is pretty cool, and stuff like that. It's just really neat to play it through Leon's campaign, A, because it's different, it is different than Claire's, there's a lot of, like, there's different enemies, certain things are blocked off, or you can get to certain areas that you can't get in Claire's game, which I like. I think that's pretty cool. So, I like the fact that they made, at least in the police station, I've seen some people say that the ending of the game is a lot similar, which, that's whatever to me. I feel like the ending has to be kind of similar, but not really, since you both end up in the same spot at the end of the game. Like, some of it has to be kind of similar. But, this game is just awesome. Like, Resident Evil 2 Remake, it's the fucking best. The Resident Evil remakes are the best updates to a video game ever. If you do not have the Origins Collection, which I should have brought with me when I did this review, you need to fucking get it. It has the prequel to the first game and the first game remake, and they are fucking masterpieces. The original Resident Evil remake that I have, the first time I played through it, is one of the funnest playthroughs of a game I've ever had. Like, it's just a blast to play. Like, it's $20. Fucking buy it. It's 2 goddamn games for $20, or it's probably cheaper than that now. But it's awesome. Like I said, this is the 7th one. Like, the last 2 Resident Evil games, man, are fucking the shit. The 7th one, I was just as amped. I was more amped for this one. But I was just as amped for the 7th game, because it went back to the roots of the series, which I was, like, amped as fuck for, because, man, I've played through some of 6 on PlayStation now when I had it for a couple months, a long time ago, and it's just, the game is just blah. I have a copy of it. I think I paid $5 for it. But Resident Evil 6, man, it went every wrong direction you could go. because I like Resident Evil 5. I really do. I think it's a really cool game. I like the fact that Chris is the main character, and I like the side character that you get to play with, Sheva or whatever her name is. I think she's really cool. I like Resident Evil 5. I've yet to beat it. I'm close to the end of it. But I like Resident Evil 5. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. Fucking 6, though, to me is the worst game of the main franchise that they've done. It's just not very good. But at least I think the first 5 are all solid games, and especially Code Veronica as well. But like I said, the last 2 games they've put out, like, fucking masterpieces. I cannot wait for the next game, whatever it is, whether it's Resident Evil 8, and they throw, like, everything in the kitchen sink in, which would be fucking amazing, because if you played Resident Evil 7, you know at the end of it that Umbrella and Chris Redfield are at the end, and it picks up, I think Evan is the main character's name in 7, I think. So, like, I'm amped as shit for the 8th game, because I want to see where it goes. Like, if it's a big, like a big fucking, like, breakout, and you can play as, like, all the characters. Like, I hope Resident Evil 8, they go, like, fucking balls to the wall. But yeah, I love Resident Evil 2, the remake. The voice acting is top fucking notch. Claire's voice actress, I think, is amazing. I love her. The game is awesome. My favorite part of the game, in terms of, like, story-wise, is in the parking garage when the asshole police chief kidnaps Sherry, and Claire's, like, a fucking badass. Like, it's awesome. I mean, Claire's a badass for, like, the whole rest of the game. It's just... Claire's my favorite character of the franchise. So, it's just awesome. I love Resident Evil 2. Like, I cannot get enough of this game. Like, I'm gonna go play some more of it before I go to bed, probably. It's one of the first games, other than the 7th game, that when I stuck it in, I played it until it was done. Like, it's very rare nowadays that I will stick a video game in and legit just sit there and play the whole fucking thing until I finish it. I did that. With this Resident Evil 2, like, I sat down and I just fucking played that motherfucker until I finished it. And it is a fantastic ride. Like, it's a fun game to play. It's scary at points, very scary at points. But it's a shit ton of fun. Blowing zombies' heads off is some of the most cathartic shit you can fucking do, in my opinion. Especially in the Resident Evil franchise. I mean, when I just started playing as Leon's character, he has the shotgun, and buddy, the first time you take a shotgun to a zombie's head and blow that motherfucker like a watermelon, it is awesome. It is awesome. So, yep. Badass. But Resident Evil 2 Remake, you have to buy it. Whether it's the regular edition or the deluxe edition, if you can buy the collector's edition, they want way too much goddamn money for it. They want, like, what? $200 fucking dollars, and no. It's just the statue of Leon, and if it was like $150, I'd have fucking picked it up. But I think they just went way too much money for that collector's edition. I think collector's editions are way too much to begin with. I very rarely buy collector's editions. If I do, it's like, for example, this is the Mass Effect 2 collector's edition. I think I picked this up for like $30. So, I don't know, that's just randomly sitting there, but I rarely buy collector's edition unless I find them for a good price. So, Resident Evil 2 Remake, it's badass, man. It's one of the best games, like I said, I've ever played. It's my favorite, probably right now, in the Resident Evil franchise. I don't know if I like another one as much as 2. This is the first one, man. Like, to me, they're the best besides 7. I go this one, the first game, and 7. Those are my 3 favorites, probably, just because of how old school atmospheric they are, where you're fucking by yourself, trapped in a location, and you're fucked. That's why I like them so much. Not that I don't love Resident Evil 4. Do not get me wrong, Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite video games ever of all time. I mean, I love Resident Evil 4. But Resident Evil 2, 1, and 7, I like the fact that it's just legit Resident Evil. The whole point of the series. And the fact that 7, I felt, was a huge love letter to the series, and it was just... I can't get over. 7 is awesome. It's one of the games that I'm planning on redoing again, probably in the next week or two. I want to sit down and play 7 again. I haven't played it in a long time. As a matter of fact, I haven't played it since it came out for whatever reason. But I've been wanting to get the deluxe edition of it because I've yet to buy the DLC, and it's just as cheap just to buy the fucking gold edition with the fucking disc. So I'm gonna get the deluxe edition probably in the next week or so, and play Resident Evil 7 again. And I also want to finish Leon's campaign for Resident Evil 2. If you're a Resident Evil fan, if you've not bought this yet, what the fuck's wrong with you? You need to go buy it now. Like, I'm so happy that this came out, by the way, on this console generation, because I don't know how much longer physical games are going to last, by the way. As a gamer who's, within the last 4 gens, it sucks that I feel like games, in terms of this, are coming to an end. I don't know what PlayStation 5 is going to be, but I'm happy that a lot of my franchises are getting new IPs out within the next couple years, because I have a feeling by 2022, physical games are going to be dead. And it's all going to be digital, and that's when I tap out of the fucking console market altogether, and probably just hold on to the collection of shit that I have, and just play that. Because I personally feel digital gaming is the death of gaming. I know this is a weird tangent that I'm going on the end of this, but it's just because I love the fact that some of these games are coming out now, and the fact that you can still physically buy a disc and own them, and when it goes to digital, that's when I'm done. So, I'm so happy this came out now, because I can have it forever. Resident Evil 2 Remake is a fucking masterpiece. Buy it. So, oh, and by the way, speaking of Resident Evil 2, I still feel like this is a very good game. I've yet to beat it. I have it, but I've yet to actually play through this whole fucking thing and beat it. It's a fucking hard-ass game to play. I'm still on Claire's campaign. I'm not even fucking, out of the police station yet. This game's hard. Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil 2, it's a hard fucking game. By the way, I got this, this is a pristine Black Label Resident Evil 2 copy for, $15 a long time ago. It's one of my favorite, things I have from Resident Evil. It's, pristine fucking condition. Because PlayStation 1 games are kind of hard to get like this now, for whatever reason. And they're going way up in price, too. But, anyways. There's my review for Resident Evil 2. Go pick that sumbitch up now. It's well worth the price. I don't know what else to say. It's a fucking badass game. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Deuces.